Stolen, Spanish America, A World of Hegemony by Treasure Barnes. Today we're going to be discussing colonial control in Latin America. This is the time that Columbus arrived to Americas in the Spanish conquest, soon to begin. Hegemony was used quite frequently in Latin America. For example, only men were allowed to contribute to the legal systems in colonial institutions, and the Iberian laws that the Europeans followed justified patriarchy in the church. The Europeans' thirst for conquest. They set up forms of political control that was practiced by Spain. This factor was used to control the lives of many indigenous tribes. Three main features of hegemony is dominance, power, and leadership. By putting fear into the Spanish regimen, they were allowed to control the natives. The Spaniards were driven by greed in their relentless search of finding new land. The Catholic Church also justified the torture, the killings, and the slavery that they subjected the natives to. Men were in charge of their household. This patriarchy that formed around the church exiled women from participating in colonial institutions. They were not allowed to be a part of the legal system, and their basic job was to stay at home and to take care of the kids. The government and the church formed an alliance in the way that disregarded the regulations. One would be faced with the consequences of breaking the law. The form of control that the European had of the Spanish America was extremely destructive to the Latinos. If one did not abide by the new Spanish regimen, they were sanctioned. Catholicism was forced upon the nationals and ordered by the Spanish king in Spain. Here is an example of the caste system. The Peninsulars being at the top, which is the Spaniards who were born in Spain, and the African American people were at the bottom of the chart. They were brought to the Spanish America and the Atlantic slave trade. In the middle, it was the Native American Indians, the mestizos, and the Creoles. By creating this system of caste, they ensured the people of color would be marginalized. In turn, by establishing a racial hierarchy, the Spaniards gained control of their workforce, society, and so much more. Here is depicted the casta paintings of the 16th century. These were used to explain the multicultural races that were happening in Latin America. Although it is said that the Europeans were the first to discover America, that is not necessarily true. There was several accounts of, in the pre-Columbian times, of civilizations that worked together and thrived together, and they had a systems of equations that worked for them. They allowed each other to work alongside each other instead of working against each other like the Europeans. Although Spanish America had its ups and downs, the Europeans were responsible for the global era and the beginning of a new world.